Good morning, my friends. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Gray Eagle in Florida, and this is the Prophecy Report for February 21st, 2011, or aka 2011. It was another good week for prophecy news this week. We got plenty. I think we'll be able to keep busy every week from now on till the absolute end of these things. This first article is under the heading of Mark of the Beast / Surveillance Society. And it seems the FBI wants to make it easier to surveil internet communications by using back doors. So apparently they want to surveil your cell phone, your internet communications, your internet websites, your iPads, and they want to surveil everything. And of course this is under the guise of fighting the war on terrorism and crime and all the rest of it. But unfortunately, sometimes I don't know who it was, somebody said it's the FBI that's actually sometimes may cause the harm. All right, keywords for this is FBI surveillance backdoors. Now, also we had the House extending key acts of the Patriot or key provisions of the Patriot Act. So that happened last week, and it's all under the under these various prophecies. Next item. This comes from Paul's prophecy of the great falling away / apostasy. Apparently some churches are opening their doors to allow worshippers of Islam to practice their religion in their Christian churches. Keywords for this one are churches open Islam. Now, we also had James 5:3 come into play again this week. I think it was a couple of weeks ago that we had it. And this is the prophecy of the great men of the earth piling up treasures for the last days. Now, what has happened is apparently this Egypt thing, Mubarak has used the riots over there in his time while he didn't step down to move his treasures into Persian Gulf banks. Keywords for this article is Mubarak moves assets. Now, we also had Luke 21:25 pop up again this weekend. We have pop-ups all the time. This is Signs in the Sun. Keyword Earth Solar Explosion Flare. If you want to read that article and see how Luke 21:25 is being fulfilled in real time and real life. Now, one of the biggest prophecies of the Lord of the very last of the end days comes from Matthew 24:7, earthquakes in divers places. We had a 7.2 megaquake hit Chile last week. Chile, as you know, has been rocking and rolling for about a year now, almost non-stop since that 8.8 rocker in February of last year. A 7.2 megaquake in Chile last week for your earthquakes in divers places. Luke 21:25, distress of nations. Now this one comes from Rush Limbaugh, the big guy on the big talk radio, EIB. What he said last week is if DC does not repeal Obamacare, we go Egypt on Obama. Now that would be a fulfillment of Distress of Nations, Luke 21:25, from Rush Limbaugh himself. I don't want to listen to Rush too much anymore. He's too 90s to me, but once in a while he hits the news with a good one and a big one, and he did last week. Now this next one is a fun prophecy, in my opinion, especially after the day after the Daytona 500 right here in Florida. Seems European automakers are going head-to-head in a battle for supremacy of sports cars. Now the prophecy is Nahum 2:4. The chariots shall rage in the streets. They shall jostle one against another in the broad ways. They shall seem like torches. They shall run like the lightnings. Now, keywords to see this article is supercar. That's one word. Supercar in one word. Brewing, and in numbers 37,000. 37, comma, or that's 370, comma 000. 370,000. Let me give you that again. Keywords are supercar, which is one word, brewing, then the number 370,000. That'll get you to those articles. Now this final item is from Jeremiah 51:46, Jeremiah's prophecy of end times Babylon, ruler against ruler. And it's currently being fulfilled in Wisconsin, in the Wisconsin Union riots. By the way, this one also fulfills the piling up of treasures for the last days from James 3. Now, I do have a related video on this. I just made it, I believe, Saturday, and it's called Feeding at the Public Trough, My Opinion. If you want to see that, that's related to this particular prophecy fulfillment. Now, that's ruler against ruler in Jeremiah and piling up treasures. Many of these prophecies fulfill several different prophecies. It overlaps. It's really interesting to watch these end times prophecies being fulfilled right before our very eyes, on the internet, on our local news, on our evening national news, and all the rest. At least that's my opinion. If you would like to see my top 10 list of prophetic news articles for 2010, just go to my website and click on prophecies in the headline link. That's very much related to these my prophecy report every week. So check that one out on my website. It's ourchurch.com/member/a/ahs, and click on the prophetic prophecies in the news, or prophecies in the headlines link. Finally, don't forget to trust Jesus by simply calling on His name, because the time is quickly running out. Now the Bible says, "For whosoever shall call upon His name shall be saved." And just to prove it, I'll show it to you right here in the ancient Hebrew Scriptures. That's Romans 10:13. I don't know if you can see it or not. I hope you can. But there it is, Romans 10:13. If you couldn't see it, get your own Bible, or look it up on an online Bible concordance if you don't happen to have a Bible. No shame in not having a Bible. If you're not a Christian, you should become a Christian and get one. And if you're a Christian, you should have one. But if you don't, go get one if you can afford it. That's it for Grey Eagle. Grey Eagle out for now. See you next week with the Prophecy Report.